Here's my iPhone 11. Roughly a week ago, the public beta for iOS 26 was released. The iPhone 11 is the oldest supported device for iOS 26. So now that the public beta is released, why don't we install it on this phone and see how it runs? This phone is from 2019 and has 4 gigs of RAM, the Apple A13 Bionic chip, with a relatively mid-sized battery for today's standard, but mine is at 80% battery capacity, so let's see how this ends. Since I signed up for the Apple iOS developer program, I do not have access to the public beta, but I do have access to the developer beta, which is pretty much the same thing. There's one constraint which I found out right at the bat, and that's the storage. My iPhone 11 has 55 out of 64 gigs used. That means I barely have enough storage for this update. But we're still gonna do it and just see what happens, because I think after the update downloads and installs, it clears up the storage that it takes up, because I think the update downloading is kind of like temporary files. Worst case, I can get rid of some random games I have on this phone, or just some random apps that I don't use. So the last clip you saw was at like 8 p.m., but I never got the chance to actually put the update going. So let's put the update going now together. If I can actually press software update. Now let me just quickly switch on the developer beta updates, and here we are, iOS 26 developer beta 4. And for some reason, weird reason, the public beta is not showing up for me. So I have no choice but to do, So I got rid of some games, so let's try this again. Come on. I need 2 more gigs. What do I even get rid of? I'll just get rid of, I guess, Call of Duty for now. And then I'll just install it back later when I have enough storage. Alright, now I have 21 gigs free. I have enough now. Alright, here we are. Now we're actually installing the update. So I guess I need more storage than I thought. And maybe let me get the charger, because, yeah, this thing's not gonna have a fun time. The phone finished the update. It took about an hour. It's 10:53 now. I started the update about 10. So, let's see. Let me put my password in. Alright, software update completed. Your phone has been updated to iOS 26. Continue. Stolen device protection. I mean, yeah, I'd hope my phone would be protected if it gets stolen. Alright, it's loading right now. Siri, no, Siri's useless unless you have Apple Intelligence, honestly. Alright, that was pretty smooth. Welcome. Let's get started. It was kind of laggy there, but the phone has to warm up, because this phone is 6 years old and it's running the latest software, and it's a beta, so. Alright, there's 3 new apps here. One is the feedback app, which I'll sign into after I finish recording this. Next is the Game Center, which was discontinued quite a long time ago, but now it's back with the liquid glass effect, which used to have a lot more liquid glass, but now it's not as much. And then finally the preview app, which is just to view your files. It's kind of like a second files app. But yeah, let's just put these apps inside of a folder. So technically, these 2 apps, the preview and the Game Center, those are 2 new, like, I guess, feature apps. So those shouldn't go in the developer folder. So the apps I'm going to put in the developer folder is the feedback app and the Apple developer app. Let me turn on Do Not Disturb so I stop getting notifications. And then now these 2 apps, I'm gonna put them with the utilities, so let's just move one at a time. because I can't select them both for some reason. Alright, here we are. Now let's take a look at the clear setting. For the home screen, customize, let's turn on the clear app icons, see how these look. Just wait for them to load, give them a second, load up all the pages. And yeah, it looks fine. Let's just wait for everything to load. Because I've seen it before on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, but then I went back to iOS 18. Of course, there's some things that are broken, like this widget's broken. I don't know what widget that is, but I can figure that out by quickly doing that. Okay, well, let me just hover over it. Oh, can I even tell which it is? Yeah. That's the widget that's... Okay, well, if it actually loaded, so it's not broken. Okay, well, I guess it's kind of broken. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's broken. But from first impressions, it is running perfectly fine. It's kind of like the iPhone XR. It is perfectly fine on iOS 18, which is its final iOS version. So, yeah, I guess Apple stops the phones on their iOSs for a certain reason, and iOS 26 is running perfectly fine on this phone, which this is most likely the final iOS version for the iPhone 11. Because the iPhone XR, which is the phone from 2018, the final update for it was iOS 18, so most likely the final update for the iPhone 11 is going to be this update, iOS 26, but right now it seems to be running perfectly fine. Maybe I'll make an update video to see how it's running, but yeah, this phone's gonna stay on the iOS 26 beta, because if I go back to iOS 18, I'm gonna lose all the data, and I don't want to have to put everything back on here, especially because I got this phone yesterday, I think. No, I don't know when I got this phone, but it was a few days ago. So, yep, that's it for now.